At the University of South Alabama, we inspire, we illuminate, we generate ideas that propel our region forward. We transform our students into leaders who have the confidence, knowledge, and ability to change their communities for the better. Together, we make a lasting impact on the world around us. We are your University of South Alabama. At the university.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the EGFC Season 3, brought to you by Intel. We just saw DePaul win quite convincingly against Marist College 2-0, winning each game 16-4. And now, for our last event of the week, at least for Counter-Strike, we're going to be looking at the University of Colorado and University of South Alabama. CU are, our top team. There's no denying that. There's nothing to really keep them from being just the undisputed favorites going into the playoffs very soon. In USA, wanting to maybe do something with this. But I'm Zoan, joined by Tyler, and once again, we're going to be seeing Inferno for our first map.
Yeah, like you said, Colorado undisputed #1. There have been consistently amazing across the entirety of the season. We could go on and on about that. One thing of note is these teams have met before, all the way back in week 4 of this season. Colorado, unsurprisingly, won that match 2-0, taking 32 out of the 42 rounds that were played. So USA, bit of a similar to what we just saw with Marist versus DePaul situation. That being said, USA has made significant improvements over the course of their season. So this is a very different team in a couple different ways, including a couple new players on the side of USA, as well as just a more cohesive unit that's been playing. And USA has moved up significantly in the standings. Right now, they sit in 5th, above Iona, Villanova, Marist, and Niagara. Villanova did win their 2 matches earlier today, so they're going to move up. And if USA is able to take this, they're going to remain tied for that 5th position with Villanova, while Iona gets left behind. So this is a big deal for USA. They're fighting, they're right in the midfield. You think about it, and for those F1 fans out there, normally you got, Merc and Red Bull at the front of the path, and we're talking about like the McLarens, the Ferraris, and so on from last season. Just because I don't know what happens in this upcoming race Formula 1 into that. I'm not going to get deep into that because, this is Counter-Strike. We're going. We're doing the thing. We're going.
All right. Well, I'm a Ferrari fan, so I'm going to be excited for this next race. So, Charles Leclerc won our first game, so won our first race. So I will get into it, Tyler. It's okay. I will discuss it. Or actually, this is the Liverpool. CU is the Liverpool, if we're going in soccer terms, and USA more like West Ham. tries to do well, but never finishing it enough. I'm done with the sports jokes now. As we go into our first round, USA pushing up aggressively towards banana. I think catches a little bit of a glimpse of what looks to be a full A push, and actually a great call by USA. They're already starting to rotate back. Mostly just making sure Soju on one, and it is the great bamboozle, but USA actually in a beautiful spot. They haven't lost a player yet, make that one down.
That's
But
a
they
very
have already
weak
been cut at this.
Eritoshi. Oh, but
Yeah.
Colorado's kind of trapped here because there's 2 players on either site still, and Colorado hasn't really found anything except for that. And Lupicio able to take out Jig Jester. Oh, that's going to be a very difficult situation for Colorado to get themselves out of. 2 to 4. Eritoshi just on 7 health with that block, but Cozy trying to find something, just taking some taps onto the 2 players in pit. So now they know that there's at least 2 players on A. I assume they're going to guess that there's a second player on USA, including Lupicio. That's a tough place. They've just got to fight through.
Yeah. This is rough, and this is exactly what USA need going against our top-rated team. Obi Cozy trying to push through ruins and does get one. Actually, suddenly, all of a sudden, this may actually look very good for them. And if they are able to plant this bomb, this could allow them to do something, but not enough. XBoth, as we've seen before, the long-range threat with those pistols, and actually USA start our pistol round winning it.
That is an amazing opening from USA. They've done really well on a lot of their pistol rounds in the past. So you got to hope, if you're a USA player, that that's going to be something that's going to give you enough momentum to carry in and just get a couple more rounds there. Colorado definitely in past matches have sort of been in this situation where they'll start off a little bit slower. They'll maybe give up some rounds that they maybe weren't expected to lose, or certainly in those closer matches, if they go the direction of the other team, they wish they could get those back. But Colorado, once they drop the hammer and get going, it's very, very difficult to stop them. So USA has got to take advantage of every advantage that they have, every benefit that they can glean. And if they can do that, then maybe they're going to come out looking all right.
Looking all right. Colorado playing this completely differently than how they played their first round, playing it carefully, playing it slow. They know that they're going to be at the gun disadvantage, and so they just want to try to play slow, try to get a pick. But USA waiting firm, not being as aggressive on the CT side as we've seen some other teams play today. This may just be exactly what they need to take a second to try to take more rounds off of the juggernaut that is CU Boulder. Cozy revealing the position a little bit. Maybe gets a shot, but gets a beautiful shot. And all of a sudden, CU with pistols, with as little as they can, are up 5-3. And with the bomb being planted, it is all on the line for USA to try to take this back. With only 3 flashes effectively, which could be used very well. First flash for CU going out, not getting anything for it. And Lupicio goes down. It's now on the line for Soju and Crane, and they just decide to back up. They are going to be saving, and this is what shows how incredible CU are. Oh, Cozy, no, don't. Oh no, don't go down. They're going to be holding ruins. Are they going to get one player down? Okay, Soju gets their position revealed, but Cozy goes down, and they're just going to be rushing it. 4 seconds left, and Crane gets another. Okay, well,
that's something. It's a couple extra dollars in the bank there. Yeah, that was not the outcome that you're hoping. Obviously, anytime you lose, that's the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. But Colorado showing that if you give them the space to just march it aside the way that they did, they don't miss. And that is really problematic when you're trying to hold your defenses the best you can. Soju and Crane are going to be the only ones with weapons on the side of USA, as the rest of the team is just saving, licking their wounds, trying to get to a point where they can buy back into this and try to take back some rounds. On the other hand, Colorado does kind of have an interesting mix of weapons outside of the AKs that they picked up on Eritoshi, RC, and Cozy. So there are some opportunities here if they can find the right rifles in the right place, especially with those MP9s. USA certainly has a good opportunity to get something out of this. But you know, with just two MP9s on people with the only armor to be seen, I wouldn't set my expectations too high.
Yeah, okay, we have the set play coming in. Lepizio goes down immediately. Awesome Jarek as well goes down. He will be completely empty, and this is what shows how good CU are. They don't even lose a single player. Fantasy Lad, I'm gonna ignore how low they are. And Cozy with the oh no. Crane does trade it out, does pick up the AK in turn, and is just going to be saving this, but this is going to be CU in the lead, and they're not even going to hunt. I think they were, oh, they're going to hunt, never mind. But I was going to say they were going to respect Crane due to how good Crane is for the USA team.
But they've just missed each other in their rotations. Crane doing a great job to stay out of the crosshairs of the hunting Colorado team. So Colorado's going to go up 2-1 on the site. Crane's going to carry that AK into the next round, and there's going to be a little bit more cash on the side of the CTs, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see them opt to save one more or go into a very light buy here, just so they can get a stronger counter, just because you definitely want to make sure that you have utility to make sure that you're funneling people into the directions you are. And sure enough, we see some upgraded pistols, a little bit of armor, a nade, and so on to support Crane and try to do a little bit of damage, whatever they can. But we won't see that full strength USA team until the fall.
Yeah, and utility going from both sides down banana, going to be revealing. Gunshots definitely going to be revealing at least where one of these players are for CU. As usual, CU setting up for their great set plays, trying to smoke, trying to molly. Honestly, not even going to be very necessary. Crane going to be the solo hold onto B, 4 stacked onto A, and this might actually work out well in their favor. They're able to get pickoff or 2, and sprays coming in. Xboth almost getting the better of Cozy, but sadly no one's able to connect on the head. Cozy taking so little damage at 3 kills already. A is going to be completely clear. Lepizio going for the flank, and Crane again, honestly, I think is just going for the save.
It's a smart choice. I mean, it's an obvious choice with 5 players left on the Colorado side. There's not a lot of expectation that you're going to see there. Lepizio trying to get something out of that deagle, and he's doing a pretty good job. I don't know what was happening with Eratoshi's crosshairs there, but kind of just spraying across the wall is not going to be enough. Lepizio is going to be able to find that, but not going to be able to recover that AK. They're just trying to do whatever damage they can. And Fancy Lad just hanging out on the bench, maybe saying a prayer for his fallen comrades.
Just, having reading them, just saying a little bit. Oh, Lepizio. That could have actually been a little bit more fun. The almost 3 stack Fancy Lad at 5 HP has to run away. Waiting for maybe Crane, trying to get a little something done, but Crane once again keeps the AK. Has a decent bank and actually switches the AK off for the AWP as well as Lepizio. So double op setup. This is going to be very greedy. This could allow them to do something with it. Crane going to go for his patented. Oh, the top mid look and gets the double kill through it. And this is exactly how they need to start this round off. This is how USA will come back in at this game, in this series. Because remember, any map they take off helps other colleges, helps themselves more than anything, as we are very close to playoffs at this point. And now they're going to be pushing up banana against the incredible opping skills of Crane. Actually, no, excuse me, Crane is backed up. I didn't even realize. I, for some reason, thought he was Lepizio. Lepizio actually has been there the whole time, so please ignore me. But they're going to be holding here, waiting for the set play, Tyler. And how here is going to be executed, and Lepizio goes down immediately, and Tyler, that's heartbreaking. They're going to have CU's going to have an op on this post plant. All on the line here. Bomb will be planted at Coffins.
Well, that is the
retake
case.
Will be slow. Yeah.
USA is there. I mean, they have plenty of people left. They've got some of that utility. They're getting some of that, and they just get that first one out there on Soju, taking out Eratoshi from that new box position. So you got somebody still in emo. You got somebody holding from the other side. But it's only 2 players on that side. And Cozy is able to take out the first. RC just pushing through, goes down to Crane, so it's just this 1v1. Cozy, the pistol is just not enough to contend with the AK. Going to make a quick decision to, or delayed decision, I suppose, to take that off. So an expensive round for the side of Colorado, but ultimately another win underneath their belts.
Yeah, costly, but honestly, even more costly for USA. Double op setup worked. It worked out great the first time. Crane getting a 2K with one shot. That is exactly how you want to start this. And this banana push is going to work out very well for them, as USA just going through apartments trying to be aggressive. Probably going to catch out something, but oh, never mind. It is just going to be a shooting gallery. They're just going to annihilate everyone. It's all up to XBuff. It does reveal their position. It's all on the line here. And sadly goes down 5-1. Another gun round for USA to try to come back. And I'm looking at JaCrispy. We haven't seen a kill yet, so maybe our deep frying master could bring us back into this game for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've been in this situation where this is, I think, their second full buy round out of all the rounds played so far, and they haven't obviously been able to win a round since that pistol. So they're just not really finding that ability. And I think by the time, just like you deal with in any Counter-Strike match, they're just playing from those hard rotate positions. And by the time they get there, it's really difficult to play a retake. Lepizio took a lot of damage trying to peek that top mid and did not come away with any real benefit of it. So you've got an Opper with not a lot of health left. Crane playing from that artist position is going to try to give them something. You're going to get that first kill from Lepizio on Aratoshi. There's more there, but I don't know if he's going to want to re-peek it. That flash is going to go out and help them dramatically. But right now, Colorado is content to just kind of sit and wait. They get that opening kill from RC onto Lepizio. That's going to trigger the move in onto site. There's one more player, Soju, playing back from the church position. He's going to play it slowly, try to see if he can just hold on to that site, get something. He's going to go there. He's going to get the first kill. Doesn't get the second. RC down to almost no health, though. But Crane just completely unaware of someone coming from church is going to go down to RC. So despite the fact of only having 8 HP, he's got 2 kills under his belt. 3. 4.
Maybe 5? 5? Ace? Sorry, I love ace kills in CSGO. We rarely see them. All on the line here. XBuff wanting to deny this ace. Does deny the ace at the end of it all. All up to Cozy, though, to finish it out. It looks like it will. 6-1 for CU. An amazing T-side for them. And back to the drawing board for USA. Probably not going to be buying much. And, there's still some life left. They honestly are looking a lot better than I expected them to, though.
They're coming into a difficult match. Obviously, they do have the benefit of, or well, not the benefit, but they have been doing pretty well. They've been hanging in a lot of these. We're not seeing complete blowouts round after round, despite the fact that the score line obviously shows a pretty significant favor to Colorado. So they just have to clean up a couple things, and Lepizio getting that opening kill is a good way to start that off.
Yeah, that is exactly what they needed. Okay, so they're still going to try to force this. Maybe just with how the economy is going, they want to try to force around here or there, pick up a weapon, pick up additional guns from CU, and maybe pull the round on its head. And this triple stack on Banana is not going to be working out, as the rest of CU have already called this. They're going to go towards A. XBuff in a great position. Hopefully going to get one. Gets one. Doesn't get the second. Cozy with their immediate peek. Gets another. Gets the trade in turn. It's a 3v3, but the gun advantage for the side of CU going to be massive. Crane, of course, did pick up that AK, however. We have seen how incredible work Crane can do in these kind of situations, but we haven't seen them against a team like CU in quite a while. And Crane gets Obi Cozy. That's exactly what I was talking about. Crane can do so much, but I don't think at this point they want to try anything. I think just waiting for the save and maybe waiting to get a free kill on the bomb retreat from CU.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to stay opposite sides of the map, return to their respective corners, and wait for the next round to start. So Colorado goes up 7-1. USA is starting to get into that position where they've gotta force these rounds into their favor. I mean, like we talked about, they're really close. 2v1s, 1v1s, you know, coming down to a bomb plan or something like that. They've got to go back in the other direction, and they've got to do that pretty quickly because they're already in a position where even if they won out, there's, you know, an even half. I expect that Colorado's going to get quite a few more, and they have just got to fight back to get whatever they can to make sure that they're in a reasonable position to fight back going into the second half.
Yeah, and that's kind of how. Excuse me. That's exactly how they want to pull it from here. And oh, nice little knife, getting Lepizio down a little bit. Gonna be trying to bait out anything from there, but okay, investing a little bit more into this. Just waiting for the right moment to start it. And here it is going to be going flash in, gets Lepizio, gets awesome Jarek, and that is exactly how to see you keep doing it. Never gets caught out, and smoke again is going to allow the plant to be completely uncontested. Retake possible. I think Crane actually is going to go for it a little bit, but Xboth actually waiting in a position, but it gets caught out by Cozy, moves away at just the wrong time. But this has to force the save from the rest of these players. Trying to look for Cozy, trying to at least get one. But the hunt is on, and Crane goes down, and they have lost the AK. And Flex trades it out. Or, excuse me, that was Jacrispy, who is shown as Flex Noise for me right now. But Jacrispy came back, got one. Wasn't a molly kill, but sadly, how can I complain?
Yeah, exactly. So Colorado predictably goes up one more round with USA, unfortunately, being forced into those upgraded pistols. They are making, I think, the smarter choice of being willing to buy light as opposed to forcing up, just because there's not a lot of benefit in terms of their ability to fight back against just a better equipped opponent. Especially one like Colorado. So they're using whatever they can to their advantage. Eratoshi's going to get that second one. Jig Jester has his back. He's going to take out Xboth as he tried to push through the smoke and try to get one more kill. We got one more player pushing through the smoke, and Crane does take out Eratoshi before Jig Jester is able to take his revenge. So it's just going to be Jacrispy playing from the top of mid, looking for whomever he can get. He's just in that app position, looking for the lurk, but there isn't going to be any there except for Cozy playing from the underpass position. It's going to be a quick end to that round, but a couple of good kills across the board for USA is going to give them a little bit of extra cash on that, plenty of money for them to buy back into that. We're going to see a full slate of M4s. Lepizio probably debating on whether or not he's going to pick up that op. Instead, opts for the M4 again. So really, USA has got their opportunity where they really have to just strengthen their defenses here and make sure that they get the last couple of rounds off of this half, or at least as many of them as they can.
Indeed, and that is exactly how you want to start it. Crane starts us off. All of the damage is going in the favor of USA. Molly getting thrown out.
Just kidding. It only hit Fancy Lad a little bit. That's a shame.
That is a shame, and Soju gets dinked a little bit. Doesn't get it finished off though, and I think they're now either going to be waiting for the replay. Oh, and through the smoke, no. RC gets awesome Jarek. That is unlucky, and okay, this peak up towards. Oh, doesn't get anything there, and they're still going to be trying to duel it out. Obi Cozy going to go for the flanks as usual. The Lepizio gets one. Are they going to get a second? No, sadly, Jigster is going to be too fast for it. Now, Xboth Jacrispy in a nice spot. Actually, I think Cozy might be a little bit out of position for this retake, but actually, it's just a bamboozle. You look like they may just be rotating towards A or waiting for the pincer maneuver from Obi Cozy. Does look like it is, but they have given up site control, which obviously A is still empty, Tyler, but surely they can't push on B now.
I don't know. They seem to know that something might be going on there. Xboth able to take that battle with Cozy and come out on top. So that flank is now gone, but I think that gives Colorado the information that there isn't a player on that A site. So they're going to try to bait out the footsteps and push that on there. They're just going to leave one. Oh, no. Both of the USA players were going for the rotation, but that's Jacrispy who gets that on Fancy Lad. But it's going to leave just Jig Jester and a smoke between them and the players, opting to not go for the boost. They're both going to go into Church. Jig Jester, not knowing exactly where they're going to be coming from, is just going to sit below Grill, see what they can do. I think Xboth has an idea of where he might be. Just kidding. He goes for emo. He clears that. So they must know that he's got to be in that one position. They're going to find him. Jig Jester not even able to react to that. So Jacrispy able to get that final kill. Xboth is going to defuse. And that's going to be the second round on the board for this map for USA.
Yeah, just absolutely what they needed there. 9-2 for CU. Still an amazing CT side for CU, where with how good they're looking, I don't think they're going to be too worried when they switch over towards the CT side. And also just they have so much money, absolutely rolling in it, that they did not mind that they lost that at all. Bought all AKs again, bought all utilities again. But oh, this Molly takes Artoshi down to 38 HP. What? So this is gonna force a bit of a rotate out. Frag going down Nano to at least force something out. But now it's gonna be towards A. Mostly, as they just want to bamboozle me. They keep wanting to. They throw utility, they back out, they throw a utility again, and just kind of a bit of a default now.
And they're slowing down just as, trying to get a sense of where it is. But USA very smartly not being as aggressive as we saw in some of those earlier rounds. I think they learned that the result and how punishing that was not worth the potential early frags or the information that came from it. So they're just going to re-smoke off that. They're going to continue to play as defensively as they can. Colorado slowly clearing out the different avenues of attack. Crane takes Fancy Lad, who pushed up into apartments. Cozy takes out Crispy on the A site, and now Colorado's got that open arches position, and now Soju has to look and defend from those Colorado players that are going to be looking through Speedway and CT spawn. Is he going to know what's happening? He's moving slowly enough. He should know. He does get that first kill onto them. That's Cozy going down, but will he understand that there's another one there? That is just a fast pincer movement from Colorado. Jig Jester moves on, takes out Lupizio, and takes out Aratoshi. This is a big trade, and now we've got RC just sitting there waiting. He gets the first, he gets the second. That's 2 headshots in a row. Both players from the USA side, which had a pretty good chance of coming back, just immediately deleted.
Yeah, annihilated there at the end. Very, very nice play by CU to kind of take it back from what looked to be a starting round for USA. A very good round for USA starting it out. Well, the round 13, the economy is so incredibly good for USA that, for CU, that I don't even think they're going to be worried even if they lose this next round and the second. But they're going to be pushing up quickly up Banana, tries to get something. Sandbags does get Korean at the end there. A little bit of a duel. What? Oh, Artoshi. That was beautiful. That is not disrespectful, but very unfortunate for USA. Smoke at least cutting off a little bit offside. Oh no! What? Fancy Lad just turned his he just flicked no scoped through the smoke. Does go down and does make it a little bit better for this USA retake attempt, but or not even a retake attempt. They haven't even planted the bomb, but okay, sees one, misses the shot, gets RC. Inflect. Oh, Jacrispy gets another. Cozy trades that out in turn. All on the line. 1v1. AK has the range, and Frag goes out. Takes Lupizio down to 1 HP. Oh, Lupizio, you are just a dink away from going down, my friend. And it's all gonna be how to Cozy that takes us. Yeah, they know. Sadly, oh, he even gets the headshot off. But what is with this game and no scope op shots through things we're not usually supposed to get kills through?
Pretty wild, right? I mean, I think that just goes to show the skill of a lot of these players that are out there on the server. And doing really well on both sides. I mean, from an individual performance perspective, I think we're seeing where obviously the score line is drastically more in favor of Colorado. A lot of the individual players on the USA side are finding some success there. We see Soju completely blind, takes out RC, goes for another, and that's going to be enough to force the Colorado team back down to the bottom of Banana. They're going to return some utility and try to force out or try to get a little bit of damage about anybody that's hanging out there. But USA off to a pretty good start for this round. putting a whole lot of hurt down on Jay Jester. They're going to push up into this position. They're still forced to just kind of hang out in mid for the time being, waiting for some kind of opening on from USA.
Yeah, USA. See you trying to bait mistakes out of USA, but USA maybe a little bit more aware this time around, just holding firm, holding steady. Lopizio with the perfect angle for this op shot, unless oh, excuse me, they don't even smoke it out. Smoke traded out in turn though. Flash as well, but it is going to be the B push for the side of CU. Quite a bit utility, so not necessarily everything that they wanted, but maybe enough to potentially take this here. They're playing it nice and slow, waiting for Lopizio to move, waiting for maybe to rotate from what is surely the operator with the op. I don't know where I was going with that, but it almost worked out.
Take your time.
But now, okay, now it is finally happening. Now they're going completely crazy in. Shots getting just traded instantly, and CU just takes 2 out. All the headshots. Lopizio still has this op, waiting for the smoke to dissipate, then wants to get the shot in, but the bomb will be planted, and this post-take position is great for them. Nice boost to take out JaCrispy, and a beautiful shot. That is exactly what they needed, and Lopizio down is so low. Gets 1. Are they going to get a second? They're already checking through Ruins. Fancy Lad waiting for it. It's going to be too fast for it, and as we enter our last half, we see you up 12-2.
Incredibly one-sided map, unfortunately, for USA. I don't think that there is a whole lot that they could really adjust. Their strategies have been generally pretty solid, right? They're playing more conservatively than we saw in those opening rounds, which, you know, saw Colorado being able to take advantage of a lot of early picks. They're generally hitting shots when they're given to them, but Colorado is just finding some of these openings, whether that's pushing through into places, you know, finding some of these kills, whatever the case may be, just like we saw there. So unfortunately, Colorado's going to start this round up again with JaCrispy already off the board, but Cozy pushing up through apartments. Doing fine. Crane, he does. Unfortunately, that head armor not being present is not going to make that much of a battle.
Yeah, and we know this, obviously not all the players do, but the rest of USA holding on to B. Soju gonna maybe rotate around, try to catch something, or at least try to catch the flank. But A will soon be secured by both Cozy and RC, who may call out this rotate. May just take an easy A, and I think it is about to be called out. They're scouting every spot, but hold on, RC Lopizio coming back. They don't necessarily have the guts to do it, and Cozy goes down. Soju goes very low, but suddenly able to pick up gun, able to get something for it. The rotation is already out. Lopizio waiting at top mid. I think here's the rotation, but backs away. Lopizio is trying to get into a better position. Doesn't expect RC there, and RC gets 2. All on the line for Xbox to try to do this better for USA. They've already been spotted out. RC with a beautiful headshot takes out Xbox, and with that, CU with the amazing T side, 13-2.
This is a almost impossible situation for USA to claw back from. You see Colorado up 13-2 as we end the half. Not impossible. USA just has to have an incredibly good and solid pistol round. They got to keep as many people as alive, and they just have to carry that momentum as far as it will take them. But Colorado has the opportunity to use this as a shutdown round, and if they're able to win this, that's going to take the wind out of the sails of USA and potentially put an early end to this map.
Yeah, and they're gonna CU's just gonna be playing this aggressively as usual, and actually gets caught out a little bit. RC with 1, RC with 2, however, RC with 3, not gonna get a 4th, and does finally go down, allowing USA with a little bit of life. JaCrispy and Crane gonna be pushing towards up banana towards B. Fancy Lad Cozy waiting there already, and no, I mean, 2 utility, some utility for USA, but they're gonna be holding banana. They're actually going to allow the full rotate for CU, because they are expecting CU to play a little bit more aggressively, similar to how they played it. Now they're going to be backing up Tyler, and surely they should have just gone for B.
Probably, maybe. It's hard to say. I mean, they're obviously in a position where they don't have a ton of information. They're just going to have to gamble. They're going for A, assuming that either one or fewer players are going to be on there. They are going to find Jake Jester in that position, and Jake Jester finds the head of Soju. So Crane, or sorry, Crispy. So Crane is the only one left on the side. The bomb is down, and he's just going to run directly into the crossfires of Cozy. So that's going to be an unceremonious end to USA's opening salvo. So Colorado, sitting at 14 rounds now, needs only 2 rounds before they can claim victory. USA is certainly in a desperate position. I certainly will never count them out, but certainly it feels like a relatively predictable outcome at this point.
Well, we know, however, we might be here for another couple hours. USA is going to take us to overtime. This is going to go 30-30.
I welcome the opportunity.
Yeah. Welcome the opportunity. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Artoshi starts us off once again through smoke. Beautiful headshot there. Soju aggressively going through apartments, trying to catch something of CU, but their A side looking a little bit more careful and misses the shot, and RC's now going to have the angle there. That is a little too little too late, and a beautiful headshot onto Lepizio as well. Next buff goes down, and they peek again, but not enough. RC's too fast for them. It takes us to match point. USA gonna have AKs, but I still favor CU here.
Yeah, I think that's a fair prediction. I am curious.
Very shocking, right? Very shocking.
Obviously, USA has been fighting a mountain this entire time, trying to do whatever they can. So I would love to see them get at least one more round before we close this out and move on to the next map. But speaking of the next map, we are going to have a return to Overpass, one of the more common maps that we've seen in the league, especially this half. So they're trying. Crane is doing his best to give his team a fighting chance. He does find 2. There's one more player in the apartments. That's RC with an M4. So they're getting a little bit of that opening. Oh, and he's going to catch just a tiny bit of health off of RC there. So not impossible to imagine that this is going to happen. I think it really comes down to see what Aratoshi is able to pick up here. One is not enough.
Though. Yeah, that is potentially a second, another round. And the jump, oh, Cozy throws themselves into harm's way. And I mean, if you're RC, you're up 15-2. Do you just go for it?
I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. I mean, you know that some of those players are going to be low. You know that their weaponry is not great, so you certainly have the opportunity. But it seems that his logic is it's not worth it, and that's the calculus you do sometimes. So USA does look to have their 3rd round on the board, which is something. We've talked about that as a common kind of line of thought. It's something. It's better than nothing. They're going to walk away with this at least 3-16, which is better than 2-16. So they're going to try to continue this into the next round. That being said, Colorado not in a great financial position, and they'll have some amount of money. Lepizio actually finds RC, but Crane falls victim to the bomb there. So this could be a position for one more round, but we obviously I've seen what Colorado's done on their previous eco buys. So this still could be the end of the game for it. USA has got to play carefully, but still aggressively here to keep Colorado from finding that match point.
Yeah, and actually going to be just buying all the way. CU wants to end this now. Taking out the LMG, not going to be getting anything for it. Come on, you can't do that against Crispy with a molly on the line. And Crane actually doing incredible work. This buy actually might be forcing CU to lose a couple more rounds. Helps USA out quite a bit. All on the line for Jay Jester and Obi Cozy. Gonna be towards A. Should be looking good against the, excuse me, they do have M4s now, so
I'm here for it 100%.
Oh, but this Molly's gonna get Jester down to 36. So low, hiding out, trying to do as much as they can, and a beautiful shot gonna be finishing us off, and surely a 4th. Actually, I'm not even gonna say surely. Definitely a 4th for USA.
Definitely, indeed. So that's got to feel good to get a couple more rounds on the board for USA before the beginning of or before the end comes to find them. They, I think, can look at that as a way, hopefully, a morale booster as they're looking towards the overpass match. I mean, like you said, it's totally possible that we're just going to watch them slowly chip away these rounds one after one, and suddenly we're going to be into our second overtime of the evening. But I don't know. I'm just gonna stop predicting because we're just gonna let them chip away whatever rounds they can.
For sure. And a fourth for USA. Actually, a lot better, I think, than we expected. After that T side from CU, where they go towards a CT where they started off beautifully. They started off incredibly well, and now, yeah, just deagles and some pistols and M4 for Cozy, of course. Potentially could get something with this. Does peek for Banana. Our Toshi goes so low. That's Jacrispy almost gets it. J Jester waiting, and USA playing a bit more passively again, not just more peeking, not wanting to use artillery. Nice kill onto Fancy Lad. And gonna be mauling it off, and RC, that's nasty. Peeks while no one was looking, takes the head off Crane. That is their best aimer, effectively, honestly. And without that, yeah, top fragger in the game for the side of USA. It's still gonna force the rotation maybe towards A from the rest of the team. Excuse me. They like to stay there and then back up right after I say that. It's gonna be Banana. But going into the M4 of Cozy, who is doing incredibly well. Actually is the top fragger of the entire series so far. And that Molly is a beautiful, takes X buff down so low, and it's all, the firing is just, it's massive. Soju and Lupizio all on the line for you boys. You have to hold it. You have to just make sure not to go down. That is not how you start, but our Toshi goes down, but they are so low. One hit, Lupizio is one hit. Surely you clutch it, and can't, and RC's too fast, and CU will be winning this game 16-4. A bit of a disrespect from both CU and our observer, but you know, just Tyler, that heartbreaking, absolute heartbreaking.
A tough end to a series as USA was really trying to pull back whatever they could to make that a little bit softer of a landing, you could say. But unfortunately, it was not going to be the case. So 16-4 is the common scoreline that we've seen. That was the same for DePaul in their wins over Marist. So we are going to go down one map on the side of USA, Colorado up one. Yep, that's how that is described. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Overpass and see if USA can fare any better against the juggernaut of UC. See you.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to EGFC Season 3, brought to you by Intel. CU dominating as usual, winning 16-4 against University of South Alabama on Inferno. Maybe a little bit more of a score than we expected USA to get, but nonetheless, it was a win for CU as we're about to just hop in overpass. Zohan joined by Tyler, and surely another CU win.
I will never predict, as I've learned, because I always get them wrong. So surely, on paper, that seems to be the case. But I am always going to root for the underdog in these situations. So we'll see what USA can bring out of it. They're going to have the opportunity, of course, to prove that the little sparks that we saw at the end of Inferno that brought them to the 4 rounds that they ultimately took off of Colorado are worth something, and they're going to try to beat their previous record. The last time that they faced one another, USA put up 10 rounds against Colorado. So we're going to see if we're talking about moral victories, they can at least hit that one. I think that'll be something, but I feel like they can do better. Crane, I think, and Lupizio, normally the heavy hitters from USA, are finding a little bit more of their stride as they got into it, and they had plenty of time between the two maps to kind of sit, take a breath, see what happens. We're seeing that classic opening from Colorado here with a boost up and over into the water, but the USA team were just pushing up through connector, taking a page out of a couple other teams that are known for going up connector and into the A site. Aratoshi's looking long, but looking the wrong direction as USA switches, flips the switch, goes back towards B. They're going to open up that door. They're going to get some of those sound cues. You can already see the Colorado people starting to make their way back to that site. So USA just going all over the world right now, trying to find as much confusion as they can cause. Maybe this is going to be enough, but they're finally committing to the bomb site. Fancy Lad takes out Lupizio. It's going to be the opening kill. RC on to another player. Crane finally answers back, takes out Fancy Lad, but it's just Crane against 3 players. He does have the bomb, so he's got some options. But he's going to repeat and try to go back for it. He's not going to find those. Ultimately going down to Aratoshi. It's going to be the first round over to Colorado, and USA is going to have to rethink their strategy. I did like the way they tried to mix and match and go all over the place and see where it was. Unfortunately, when it came down to the execution, it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, not quite enough there, and a bit of a silly buy for the side of CU, wanting to have fun on overpass. And sadly, yeah, as you said, Mint, earlier, not the confusion that they hoped to create, the chaos of, how kind of a weird map overpass is. It does take a while. Fancy Lad going to be catching one, gets to Crispy easily with a headshot, and actually misses out on potentially a few more, but these deagles from Crane and Lupizio could be scary, so probably a good call, as it looks like they're going to just be pushing all up long towards A, but Fancy Lad going to be waiting there. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3! And now it's all up to Crane with this deagle. 1 deagle in a dream, gets RC at least, and that's a start. But Fancy Lad going to be waiting for it. Catches at least a glimpse and gets the headshot. 2-0 for CU. Oh, excuse me, that was the ace. Wait, what? I just realized that was an ace, Tyler. So ignore me. That I did not freak out as well.
As much, yeah.
Oh hey. My god, that was an A. Oh, Shuji is there. I made up for it.
There you go. Really just bringing back whatever you can. Great job from Colorado, just taking out that second round, getting it out of the way as quickly as possible for USA, who's now into their fire round. You see them kind of push across. Lupizio is going to find Jig Jesser, who pushed up to try to get some information out of water. So that's going to be an encouraging opening sentiment from USA. And the second battle won over as Fancy Lad goes down to Soju. Great opening movements from USA. So they have to capitalize on this because they are dealing with, 3 more members of the Colorado team who have proven themselves more than capable. Among them, RC, their leader. Cozy takes out first, almost gets a second. That is 1 more in favor of USA in that trade. So they're going to come into this site up 2 players. Got about Soju over there with his 3 HP.
Yeah, indeed. And honestly, the more players they keep, the more AKs they can have with, some nice money in the bank. Soju should just honestly play a little bit more defensively, but RC gets 2. It does get taken out in the end, but I feel like that was a bit of a mistake, having your very low not low ranked, low health players in such precarious positions, they can still buy again. Like it's not a big deal, but maybe a bit of a miscall with the health levels.
Hey, whatever. USA's first round on the board. It's all that matters to them. Colorado, looking to recover a little bit, is going to opt to go for a light buy. You see a variety of weapons, a couple Deagles, a FAMAS, and the M4. But we've seen repeatedly on the last match that the Deagle is oftentimes enough for these Colorado players. They're spamming through, trying to get as much damage as they can through that connector. They do connect a little bit with Lepizio, and Fancy Lad finishes the job with a headshot. Crane returns the favor, gets the second. Jig Jester, that's 2 players off the B site. Oh, RC playing from that connector positions now suddenly find themselves with an AK after taking out Crane. So there's 3 against 3. The weapon strength still favors USA. Oh, Jacrispy, I think, just saw him. Just going to spam through, but doesn't find much of a connection there. Not doing enough damage to really put RC at the back. And boy, there's 2 players there that could get spammed down pretty quickly. But it is going to make Colorado pause a little bit and think maybe there's a few more people over towards the B site than they originally thought.
Indeed, and it does look like they're maybe posturing to potentially push either direction if they got a pick. And yeah, they're going to be picking up the bomb now, deciding where they want to push, holding angles. It does look like they are going to be committing towards B. A nice call. RC, the only player on the site. Smoke goes out, maybe reveals the location, but RC just too fast. Doesn't check in. Jacrispy takes them out. Artoshi should be able to pick up a weapon there. Now, excuse me, not Artoshi. I'm looking at the wrong side. I'm sorry. I'm very tired, everyone. I apologize. Xbox getting very low, but Jacrispy not able to peek and save it in turn. Artoshi holding from heaven, maybe able to get something for it. It gets the head. What? No. That's heartbreaking. What looked to be a for sure round for USA just ends with some great kills for CU, who take it back and take 3-1 with, honestly, USA not... They could potentially buy, but surely maybe a Deagle round for them.
Surprising a little bit. But
A little bit.
And maybe inevitable is the answer. I think that the challenge is you can never feel comfortable with Colorado, and obviously they just proved that by doing such a great job with having a majority of their players on Deagles. The problem is they're really good with those Deagles, and that those Deagle kills lead to stronger weapons and a stronger team overall. So obviously that's how that came to be. Jake Jester gets that Kobe out there. Jake Jester gets 3 in total before he's finally taken down by Soju. But the USA team has been thoroughly routed so far, and it's just Crane and Soju left to do whatever they can. They are on a light buy, so it's not going to be an unexpected or too demoralizing there, but Fancy Lad going to clean that out with 2 headshots, and it's going to be a quick end to the round. USA is going to try to rebound here as they have money to buy and see if the strategies that they've been talking about in those dead comms have some merit in terms of trying to find some amount of success coming back the other direction.
Oh, for sure. And now it's going to be M4s and an AK, but you know, let's ignore that versus the AKs. I'm gonna watch Crane doing so much work in this game. Jacrispy gets a little crispy, takes a little bit of help from that molly, but mostly just very passive default play from the side of USA. Not a lot of utility used, not a lot of information gained. Throws a little bit, throws a smoke, trying to catch off something, but Artoshi starts us off, takes out Jacrispy. This may force the rotation out from the side. It does look like they want to start playing more towards A. They want to start maybe pushing a little bit, but I think they're starting to get a little pincered here. At this point, I don't even know if they can really push anywhere without being caught out. If CU decide to start pushing a little more, but they're gonna play very structured, very secure. Jay Jester with a nice shot. Oh, and Fancy Lad gonna get 1. Sees the shot, but RC with the flank gets 2. Surely 1 more is all that is needed. Lepizio at 24 health. Could get the ace. Very unlikely. You can't get healing in this. Gets one. Doesn't get the second. And the Artoshi deal gonna be finishing us off. And 5-1 for CU on this incredible CT side so far. And now, once again, another rough buy for USA.
Isn't that certainly just the nature of the economic cycle? I think USA, like you said, they just got stuck there, and that's been the sort of the death knell for a lot of the teams over the last couple of games, and certainly the last couple of weeks, and just in general, they get stuck in one area that don't really know where they want to go from that, and that just ends to their demise. Their Fancy Lad getting that early pick with the op is going to put USA down 1 on their eco. But USA is going to try to just slow it down, take a breath, see what they can get out of that, wait for some of this utility to go by. Artoshi, not satisfied to wait for that smoke to clear, is already pushing through. Cozy finds JaCrispy coming in and finds some of those, another kill with the nade. Jig Jester just holding it down, gets their second kill coming out of Connector. That is a very quick and violent round end in favor of Colorado. So USA is going to come back into this, and what I'd really like to see is them just move decisively and quickly towards one of those sites. I think that their best bet is going to try to overwhelm with quick and violent force, and then just try to hold on to the retake, because right now they're just getting caught in these kind of weird off angles. The timing is not going in their favor, and they're just losing people one by one to the Colorado team.
Yeah, and especially just losing people through the smoke. Lupizio, however, peeking out of the smoke, does get 2. So player main advantage for USA here. But once again, USA kind of just wanting to see if CU is going to push a little more. Okay, that revealed RC's position. Does get 1, but now CU really just has to hold 1 to a site. Fancy at holding with this AWP. Looking in quite possibly the best direction that he could. And now throwing utility, maybe baiting something out. Now it's going to go all towards B. Cozy doing incredible work the pass on Inferno. Surely has to do it again. Ability thrown out.
They still have left him alone in water. They haven't noticed where he is, and nobody's checking for him right now. Cozy able to take out XPOF and immediately goes over to Lupizio. It's just Crane left on. He's going to find Cozy, but immediately traded by Fancy Lad with the op from heaven. That's going to be a quick defuse and another round on the board for Colorado. And man, USA trying so hard and getting so close, but in the end, not mattering.
Have they tried so hard to lose it all?
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I can only call what I see in front of me. And unfortunately, for USA, it is playing out a bit like a song, just continuously beating their head against the wall, trying to find something, and they are just getting so close. And you want to see them. Again, I'm always biased towards the underdog. I can't help it. It's just in my nature. And unfortunately for USA, being the underdog is not just about what's on paper, but also just an incredibly aggressive and dominant Colorado team.
For sure. I don't know if anyone realized I was quoting a Linkin Park song. I don't know if Tyler was as well, but that's what I was going off of. And okay, JaCrispy picks up this AWP. Decides not to actually, not to stay with it. Throws it back to Crane, I believe. And once again, holding that playground, is waiting for CU to push it, but every time this happens, they push a site. I can't say my S's today. They push a site, and then you lose a player or two, and then CU just go in and kill everyone. So is this the exact way they want to be playing it? They have the utility to try to take something, to try to take some favorable fights. Oh, Cozy catches a glimpse of the leg. Maybe, honestly, maybe not even enough time to see it, but never mind. Make that an easy kill. Artoshi, however, backs up towards heaven just to check something. And actually, oh, okay, never mind. I was looking at the wrong place. Jay Jester goes down. Artoshi with the rotation back gets 1, gets 2. AWP of Crane. JaCrispy gonna be planting. And oh, Crane gets 1. This surely has to This is
The
looking
death
good, but
nade. Or no,
oh
sorry, Cozy just
no,
throws that from the back. Oh, that's tough. Oh, and the
no,
bomb
no
kept
plant.
coming.
Oh,
Crane able to pull it back. That's the second round for USA. That's an excellent benchmark or line in the sand to draw there, trying to pull something back. And excellent. I mean, it again shows that USA can win any given round. They're just not getting the benefit of the way things have fallen. So they got to really try to build off of this. But there is a significant armament from Colorado coming out in this round to answer and make sure that they don't get that second one. But that missed Molly is going to give USA a little bit more of a buffer to work with. They're not choosing to exploit it at the moment. We do see Lepizio just moving up a little bit cautiously into that water position, trying to get whatever information they can. Eratoshi's going to see that spray through, take out quite a bit of health from Lepizio, but USA, all members, still standing, at least for the time being.
yeah, still standing. Very, very nice position for USA. And once again, this passive play, this just structured and works out. I mean, trades in the end. And oh, Fancy Lad just takes one very favorable trade. This may be a call for CU to where I think they're starting to recognize USA plays this slow in the start. Maybe they can start getting a little bit better positioning, getting a kill or two, and then backing up and then force USA to try to go to a point. They're still playing so passively, just wanting CU to make a mistake, but they have not been making many in this game.
And that can be
Just,
such an aggravating thing to
yeah.
have to deal with, right? You're looking for something, it's not there. There's just nobody that wants to peek their pretty little faces out. And that's just not giving you much of an opening. And especially from this Colorado team that is, when they get information and they start to move on it, it's just really difficult to have to contend with. And they've got every angle locked down right now. So I feel like they are pretty confident that they know that the USA team is at least moving in that direction. You see Fancy Lad with a flick, gets the first one. Crane returns on to Cozy. Soju taking out Jake Jester. That's two players off of the B side, but Fancy Lad still playing from the truck spot. Misses the goes for the planter. Finds that, goes down to Crane with a Tech 9. Crane with the op is going to win another round for USA. So 8-3 in favor of Colorado still. But a great victory for USA as they try to find their way back into this game.
Yeah, chaotic round for them. And okay, so CU still going to be buying, even when they're with low economy, going to be keeping utility, trying to just take mollies, trying to be forcing out something, but they're going to be playing far more aggressively, trying to get something from here. But this connector play towards playground just not once again, just exactly how USA like playing this. Cozy going to be shooting up Demon just a bit, but you know, it's a bit interesting how USA plays this. They really just love playing this default here. And it works out. It's been working out for them a lot of these rounds, Tyler. But surely, eventually, CU start to see through it.
Yeah, it is notable that USA is finding that early damage onto the Colorado side. Fancy Lad, just as I say that, finds a second. But Lepizio able to take it out too, and the kills are being traded back and forth as you see Jake Jester falling to Crane after taking out another member of the USA team. So there's Crane and Lepizio gonna make a mad dash for the A site, and Cozy sitting in B water is gonna go up through connector, and whether Crane, oh man, they may not expect them to come back from here. As the bomb goes down, Lepizio's looking at the other direction. He just gets two. Ooh, the lineup. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. Oh God, you hate to see that happen, but it does, unfortunately. So it's going to be an easy diffuse for Colorado, but what could have been a third round for USA, just a couple clicks of the mouse, and it's all gone.
Yeah, that not what USA had planned there. Sadly, it's lined up at just the wrong time, and you see you just clearing it out as usual. RC still hasn't bought yet. Tries to buy. Okay, can buy. Looked a little nervous there for a second, but can't say that can play aggressively. Doesn't get anything. Okay, misses that shot. Doesn't get caught out, however. RC gets very low though, trying to protect anything. Artoshi tries to shoot through the store. Maybe even dings a little bit. He's trying to dink Crane. Yeah, dings Crane just a bit. But now this aggressive play from Cozy is gonna get caught out. Hopefully it does. And it spots Artoshi as well. But Crane's already backed away. But Artoshi's just too fast. Fanslayad had got another 4v3. And just trades coming everywhere. JaCrispy gets two. Wait, JaCrispy actually killed Crane as he killed RC. So you know, surely was going to go down to RC anyway. So I'm going to allow it there. Bomb is just making its way uptown. Walking fast. Faces plastic. I'm homebound. I was waiting for you to notice it. Now, okay, Xboth also goes down as well. It's all up to JaCrispy. With this bomb, maybe tries to go for a plant. Maybe just tries to get it. But Fancy Lad, the close range op shot, not going to be enough. CU takes us to double digits. And how many more song references can I make in this cast, Tyler?
I'm gonna hope for 0. I'm just kidding. They're always fun. But this is a repeat or a very similar feel to what we just saw on Inferno. Colorado has obviously created a quite commanding lead for themselves over USA. USA still giving it their all to try to find whatever rounds they can out of this. And they are getting more aggressive. You see Crane running in and getting 2 kills immediately. RC does take Xboth down on the other side of the map. But this is just Cozy left on the B site doing whatever he can with that M4. He's going to find Lepizio. There's one more player on site, but not giving him the angle up. Oh, he finds them. Soju taking out Cozy from that graffiti spot. He's got control of the site, but the bomb is down and not in a position for them to go back and get it because it's all the way back and spawn, and that's going to give RC the opportunity to get Soju as he crosses and cleans out Crane as well. That could have been something for USA. I'm just going to keep going back to using that phrase, but unfortunately for them, the bomb being placed all the way back at spawn just spelled disaster.
Yeah, spells disaster for them, and just not enough. We're going into our penultimate round. USA wanting to do something here. They want to try to do it now. Utility just being traded. RC gets the first blood of the round as usual, but gets traded out in the end. Crane goes down very low. Lepizio as well. So probably not exactly the trade that you want. Picks up at Fountain. Slows down again. USA playing this very, very similarly as Cozy gets Jarek. That's another full health player that has gone down. Lepizio grouping back up with his team. Flash, maybe a bit missed, but now it's going to be the A push. Already the rotation is being called, and the flank from Cozy coming out, waiting for it. Lepizio, I think, got spotted out there. Nice frag, getting a little bit of a dink. Not the exact thing that you wanted, but Jester able, yeah, actually playing this very well. Lepizio so low, Crane so low. Xboth that was fairly full health, but Artoshi with the 3 takes us into our last round. 12-2 for USA and 13-2. I'm trying caster curse this for USA so hard right now. I'm trying. USA surely has lost this here at 13-2. Surely.
Maybe we're gonna see how this goes, right? We're gonna play it out to the end, and we're gonna give USA the benefit of the doubt the whole way down there. And Crane, just going out of his mind, is gonna round that corner and take out Fancy Lad. Jig Jester is gonna take out Crane in return, but Soju is taking out Aratoshi. Jig Jester remains on the B site once again as the lone defender. Just kidding, there's one more there, which is actually gonna work out really well because the USA team is already reconsolidating their efforts. That being said, RC is already pushed all the way up into bathrooms, and I don't know if they're going to expect him to be coming through this connector position. Oh, they saw him, but not with enough time to react. So Xboth is gone. Cozy goes down. Jig Jester, Cozy trading kills all over the place, and that's going to put the 13th round on the board for Colorado, and USA is in dire straits.
That they are. CT side coming up for CU. And of course, they're going to be running their famous blade up connector towards A. And I have been told that it works every time, even though everyone knows that it's going to be happening. and USA have timed out. They are on the CT side now, but are they going to catch the? Are they going to catch the connector play, Tyler?
Maybe, I believe, but whether or not they're going to be able to do anything about it is an entirely different question. Maybe USA is talking about it right now. They're looking at it and saying, "Hey, we think we know what's going to happen. How do we stop that?" The answer may surprise you.
This may surprise you indeed, and I'm curious to see how they bring it out. I want them to win as many rounds as they can. Of course, I don't want this to end in quite convincing fashion for CU. As much as I think we both agree, we want to see the Juggernauts fall at least, or at least stumble, and it definitely looks like they haven't. And sadly for USA, they just
don't miss.
They're this is not David versus Goliath. This is I was gonna make an Attack on Titan joke, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched it yet. So go watch Attack on Titan.
Very considerate of you.
Very considerate. And are they gonna be going up to? They're not going up connector. I've been lied to. I've been lied to, Tyler. I can't even handle this right now.
That's okay. You've got Crane getting that opening kill, so maybe your dream of USA putting up some more rounds could come true. At least there's some positive omens moving in that direction, and they seem to have figured out that the majority of the Colorado team is rushing up long. Cozy takes out at a distance, followed by RC. Cozy getting a second. Crane is just doing so much work for his team here and before, but unfortunately goes down to Jig Jester. Soju able to pick up RC, and now it's just Jacrispy and Jig Jester fighting out between these boxes. And the dualies, of course it's the dualies that are going to make the difference here. And Jacrispy is going to win that out for his team. That's going to be the third round on the board for USA.
Yeah, that is exactly what we needed, and is due to the fact that they did not go up connector towards A.
Sure, they deviated.
Yeah, they deviated and lost. Just how could you? How could you? Thought we had something there, and just come on, see you. We saw you. We always watch you, and not gonna be working out too well. But it's gonna be towards B this time. Jacrispy starts this out well, but tries to reload and gets taken out instantly. Player advantage all of a sudden coming back, and a beautiful headshot there, and Plant will come around, and the guns suddenly in favor of CU, and once again, they're just showing their prowess. They lose the first round, doesn't even matter. They are just going to be winning the second. Hopefully, maybe. Beautiful pre-fire there. Crane takes out Jacrispy instantly. Or excuse me, faint save. I don't know why I was thinking it was Jacrispy again.
You know, the specter of Crispy is everywhere. Oh, hey.
Oh, it doesn't work out in the end. And
that,
CU win 14.
That crash onto the site from RC just too powerful. It's been a rough match for USA. I think that's fair to say, and a lot of that has just been the players having a difficulty finding confidence in their fragging. I mean, you can look at the difference on the scoreboards. You see the Colorado pretty well distributed across most of theirs, a clear lead in terms of Fancy Lad and Cozy and RC. Not so much the case on USA, where Crane is the single player above double digits, which is a tough place to be. And that is not going to help them get better. Cozy gets out to Jig Jester 1, and with a team kill, it remains Crane as the only bastion of hope for USA. Not expecting to see a lot coming out of that, and as I say that, Crane goes down to Jig Jester in connector. So now we're back on match point for Colorado, and this is the potential end for USA.
Yeah, this is the potential end for sure. Not even able to buy a lot here, just a scout, a couple MPDIs, and look, this is going to be rough for them. So what is going to be the player? Still, actually, even just pulling out these deagles a little bit. Smoke onto connector. Okay. Does allow... Okay, does reveal at least the position where they are, but Xboth goes down to a beautiful headshot. And a nice frag takes all of PCO goes down. A is going to be almost completely clear from what I've been seeing on the minimap. Jacrispy, the only one left. There's two. Okay, Crane, JaCrispy, all on the line for them to try to win a 2v4. They have to do it. How are they gonna? How are they gonna play it from here? Crane is caught out, taken out. Sadly, all on the line for JaCrispy with this scout. One scout and a dream gets Artoshi. That's the perfect start for this. But are they going to be getting a second? They miss that shot and go down. And see you once again in even better fashion than game number 1 wins against the University of South Alabama 16-3.
The whole time we knew that on paper, of course, Colorado is Colorado, and beyond that, in execution, they're still Colorado. They're the gold standard that we compare everyone to, even when we're talking about those top 3 players. They're competitive with all of them for sure. USA giving their heart and soul out to this to get as many rounds as they could, coming up short, unfortunately, for them. But they gave it their all. Got to have a huge respect for that, and they're still fighting for that midfield. So we're going to see them coming back next week. Well, we're going to have DePaul and Marquette off, so there's still plenty of opportunity to fight for where they want to go. And I'm pretty excited to see what happens there.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, that's all that we have for you tonight. Please make sure to come back tomorrow on official EGF and Big East League.
We've got. Hold on. Let me give you the rundown of all of this.
Oh, of course, yeah. Viking, please continue.
We have the EGFC Power Series continuing tomorrow at 1 p.m. That's going to be on EGF Valorant. So if you're a big fan of the other FPS, that's certainly going to be your opportunity. We'll also have the Big East Conference Finals also starting on 1 p.m. That's going to be on EGF Rocket League and official EGF 2. And that's going to continue on Sunday alongside the finals and the Big Sky, both at 1 p.m. again. And finally, on Big East Esports, we've got the Big East League of Legends semifinals. So this is the end of a very long season. So if you're a fan of League of Legends, this is the best of the teams they have to offer. So nothing that you want to miss. So basically, just show up to any of the EGF channels tomorrow at 1 p.m. and you're going to find some game or some references to the others. So please take a moment to give us a follow. Really appreciate that. So it's been a pleasure to cast with you. Had a lot of fun as always, and I'm very excited to find some tacos. So we're gonna sign off here. Thank you everybody to watching. We'll be back next week with week 17, the last final games of CSGO before nationals. So don't forget to subscribe. Tune in next week. We'll see you then.